Hey everyone, this is Super Tyler Man, and welcome to the third episode on Coolcraft Season 8. In the last episode, we fought the Ender Dragon and got the Dragon Egg, did our first mining session and went strip mining for over an hour, built ourselves an iron farm and a villager breeder, and built ourselves a to-do list room. So before getting into today's episode, I just want to mention a few developments that has been happening on the server lately. So first of all, if you're wondering what this furnace stuff is here, these chests are doing here, I will explain why this exists later on in the episode. And also, coming into my bedroom, I also did set up more furnaces in here, which I'll talk about later on in the episode. So last episode, we built our nether portal and found ourselves next to a nether fortress and a Chrisman forest. Now heading into the nether, we now have an iceboat tunnel. This iceboat tunnel was designed by JRD Cool, and this currently connects JSD's Cool's base, JRD's Cool's base, and my base, including the Mesa biome, the Ice Spikes biome, and to the end portal. So now coming out of my ravine, and yes, there's a lot of trees here, just so I can have enough wood for the start of the season. So last episode, some of you guys may have caught a glimpse of this, but JSD Cool has been working on building a bunch of paths around the island on this server. So as Voxel Map loads up the entire chunks that I've been in so far, you can actually see the paths that JSD Cool actually built on. And he's also has built a bunch of other paths that connect to his base over here, to JRD's Cool's base, to another village over here, and to other places on this island. And also, just earlier, JSD Cool decided to build a pumpkin horse at my base. I don't know why he decided to build a pumpkin horse at my base. I don't know if this will stay here. This was originally at his base beforehand, and now it just ended up over here. I don't know how long this will stay for, but it is currently here for now. I don't know if this will go away or this will stick around for the next couple of episodes, but we're going to keep it here for now. And now with that out of the way, let's head in our to-do list room to take a look at our to-do plans for today's episode on Coolcraft Season 8. So here are our to-do plans for today's episode, and as you see, it is jam-packed with lots to do. The first thing I want to do is to build a storage room. So heading back into my bedroom, I currently have a bunch of chests laying around, and it has gotten quite messy since the first and second episodes were produced. There is a lot of clutter everywhere, and I want to build a storage room to organize all this clutter that I've had laying in my bedroom since episode 1. The next thing I want to do is to go back strip mining for diamonds. This time, I want to go back mining for at least a couple of hours, getting more diamonds and more valuable ores such as redstone for later projects in the season. The next thing I want to do is to build a honey farm. So these furnaces that I'm running out here and in my bedroom right now are actually smelting sand that is turning it into glass. And currently right now, I just have a bunch of glass bottles, just around 36,000 glass bottles out of the 40,000 I need for this project, just to build the honey farm. And the last thing I want to do is to build a villager trading hall and upgrade our iron gear. So why don't we head into our first thing on our to-do list, is to build a storage room. So as mentioned earlier, I just want to remove a whole bunch of clutter that has just been lying in my bedroom for the past couple of episodes. So coming over on this side of the ravine, I want to build my storage room right over here. This storage room here that I'm going to be building will give me ample amounts of storage for the rest of the season. So without further ado, let's go build the storage room. Alrighty, so as you see, the storage room is now complete. Out of all the storage rooms that I have built before, this is probably one of my favorite ones that I have built. So currently, right now, I do have a bunch of the chests labeled, and I have transferred everything over from my bedroom over here into my storage room right here. This storage room will continuously be worked on throughout the rest of the season as I work on building bigger projects in my Ravine base. I also did off camera decide to move all my furnaces that were originally lying out here into my storage room because I thought they'd be a great spot to be placed in, and it actually fits really well into my storage room. So now with that out of the way, let's go back to our to-do list and take a look at the next thing for today's episode. So we built our storage room. The next thing I want to do, I am going to go a little bit out of order, is to build a villager trading hall and upgrade the iron gear. So a couple reasons why I want to do this first. The first reason is that I want to get Fortune 3 on my pickaxes so when I go back strip mining, I have the best chance of getting the most amount of resources possible. And the other thing I want to do is to start working on upgrading my iron gear to diamond. So I want to build my villager trading hall just above the storage room right here, and also start working on my second level in my ravine. To further explain, I want to use this bottom level here as my main level for where my storage room and my other farms are going to be, and I want to use a second level as well to place other farms and other rooms and area up here. So without further ado, let's go build the villager trading hall right above my storage room. Alrighty, so as you see, the villager trading hall room is now complete. This room, as it stands right now, can house 60 villagers with multiple different trading types. So when I place the villagers in here, I'll have 20 librarian villagers to trade with books, 20 villagers here to get a bunch of iron, and 10 more villagers here to get even more materials here as well. So after I finish up the replay, I added a bunch of rails up to my villager breeding farm over here. And now I have a way to transport villagers from my villager breeding farm and my iron farm up here, down here, to the villager trading hall. And also, if you're currently wondering why I have a diamond sword, what happened, and why my iron gear has been replaced, I got quite a story to tell. So later in the episode, I'm planning to build my honey farm, and as of me still recording this segment of it, I need to get a bunch of string. I currently now have enough string now to do the project, but when I was hunting spiders out here, I was killed by another mob while I was trying to fight spiders, and my grave ended up over here. So, for people who are wondering, we do have graves in this server that store your items when you die. You can right-click and get all your items back in your XP. Here's what's weird. I can't get this. So all the items that I had, including a bunch of string that I previously got, and a bunch of torches and wood, all went missing because there was some glitch that caused all of my items to disappear. And then afterwards, JSD Cool gave me this diamond sword that has Sharpness 1, Fire Aspect 1, and Looting 3 to help me kill spiders to build my honey farm later in the episode. So yeah, that was weird. If anyone uses the player graves and have a solution to that problem, feel free to leave a comment below on this video. So now we are back in our villager trading hall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple villagers up here. So currently right now in my inventory I have 25 iron ingots. Let's craft 5 minecarts real quick. And let's head up to the villager breeder farm to start filling out the villager trading hall room. Alright, so we're now in the room. And let's see if we can get a few villagers in here. So let's get our first villager. Let's place our minecart down. Let's push one in here. Come on, get in. Get in. Get in. Oh my gosh. Alright, there's my... Oh! Okay, here's all good. Oops. Is it because of the... It's because of the slabs up here. Come on, get in the minecart. Come on. There we go, there's the first one. Alright. So let's push this guy down. And I think that should be all the momentum it needs. Yeah, there we go. It's just going right down. Holy cow. So right now, it should be going into here. Yes. It should be able to recognize the job. Okay, let's try. Why is it not recognizing the job? Is it because... Okay. Let me go to sleep and see if that does something, although I don't think it really will. Oh, it does. Alright. Let's see what it gets. Feather falling 1. Ugh. That's not the best thing out there. Let me keep trying. Let's see if I can get something different. Multi-shot. Ooh. That's useful for crossbows. I'm going to keep that one. So let's block it off here. I'm going to turn off F3B. And now we have our first villager out of the 60 villagers this room can hold. And if we ever need to expand it, we easily can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and finish filling out a good chunk of the villager trading hall room with a bunch of villagers. And I'll be right back when that is complete. Okay, this took way too long. I spent around 7 to 9 hours just by getting all the book trays that I want to start getting my gear upgraded and enchanted from iron to diamond. And getting the books took forever. I think I spent a total of like almost an hour and a half just getting Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3, and Fortune 3 combined, just so my armor doesn't break quickly and I have a long-lasting armor supply. I also did add a bunch of Toolsmith villager trades over here so I can get a bunch of iron and XP. So I can trade a whole bunch of villagers with a bunch of emeralds here and basically have an infinite stock of emeralds with my iron farm up here for the rest of the season. I will continuously off camera continue on filling this entire farm out, and I might expand the villager room later on in the season. I also did make my villager trading hall free to use by anyone on the server, as indicated by the sign to my right here. And I also did add off-camera hanging signs, so that way people who come and trade with my villagers actually have a guidance of which trades are which. So I'm just going to throw the iron in here for now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bunch of emeralds, a bunch of books, some of them that I've stolen from the stronghold, and we're going to trade with villagers to start upgrading our iron gear to fully diamond. So heading to our armorers trading villages here, these two villagers here actually have some really good pricing for some diamond gear. So this villager here has a discount for protection 2, unbreaking 2, so I'll take that. And this is my first time getting cover me with diamonds. I'll also take unbreaking 1. I'll also take protection 2. And I'll also take unbreaking 1. Now coming over here to my toolsmith villagers, I gotta find which one had some good deals. Let's see, which one has the best? Not that one. Wow, that's actually really good. I'd rather have efficiency 2 and unbreaking 2. Unbreaking 3. Ooh. You know what? I'll take unbreaking 3. Let's take that. Ooh, efficiency 3 or unbreaking. I think there's better ones over here. Fortune 1, efficiency 3. That's not bad. Unbreaking 1. Ooh, for 7 emeralds. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take 2 of these. So 1, 2. I have a sword, So sword, pickaxe, axe, and shovel. Okay, so that's all the diamond tools and armor that I'll need. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start trading some emeralds in books for more enchanted gear. The first thing I think we all want is Unbreaking 3. So these two already have Unbreaking 3, so I'm going to get one Unbreaking 3 book that has Unbreaking 3, and I'm going to need one for, I think I need one for all my armor, right? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to need one more. Okay. Fortune 3. I think... Yeah, so I'm going to buy... I think I already have a Fortune 3 book. Let me see. Okay. Fortune 3. I also have Efficiency 5. I even have Protection and Sharpness. So let's get this all Unbreaking 3. Now I'm gonna also name this gear later on. So, all right, Fortune 3. Wait, why do I want to put that with Fortune? I want Unbreaking. There we go. And the last thing I want to put is Unbreaking 3. So it's all Unbreaking complete. I'm gonna put this pickaxe here as my super fortunate pickaxe. Alright, and I need to get Silk Touch on here. Alright, so let's go back over here. I think I had a Silk Touch guy. Hold up. Alright, I'll take that. So I'm going to call it the Super Silky Pickaxe. And now I need to get efficiency on these pickaxes and protection on my diamond gear. So I'm going to go off camera, finish up the rest of this stuff, and I'll be right back when that is complete. Okay, so after a little bit of time, I think it was about 20-ish minutes, but now I have gotten a full set of diamond tools and armor. So I have my diamond sword, I have my super fortunate pickaxe with Fortune 3, Efficiency 5, my super silky pickaxe with Silk Touch, my diamond axe with Sharpness 5, and my diamond shovel with Silk Touch, and my diamond helmet, my diamond chestplate with Protection and Unbreaking, my leggings with Protection and Unbreaking, and my diamond boots with Protection, Depth Strider, and Unbreaking. So now let's retire my iron set. Let's put on our full diamond set. Let's switch out our hands from iron to diamond. And just like that, we've become fully ironed up to becoming fully diamond up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up and organize some of this stuff that I used to dig out and build this room. And I'll be right back when that is complete. Okay, so after a little bit of work here, just cleaning up, I officially moved all the stuff that I dug out here back down to my storage room, including some of the other materials like the rail system here to get the villagers into these spots here, back downstairs in the storage room as well. I also put here some extra chests for my emeralds and for the book trays that I've done currently so far with these villagers over here. But now I can say we have officially checked this off. It is now fully complete. It took definitely a lot longer than I anticipated, but it is now fully done. So now with that out of the way, let's head back to our to-do list room and take a look at the next thing for today's episode on Coolcraft Season 8. So we built our storage room, we built a villager trading hall, and got our iron gear upgraded from iron to diamond. The next thing I want to do is to go back strip mining for diamonds. So with our Fortune 3 pickaxe and our Silk Touch pickaxe, all at Efficiency 5, let's head into our room and let's go mining for diamonds. these. So after a couple hours of mining, I managed to get a whole bunch of stuff. I got over 5 stacks of just redstone ore alone, over a stack of diamond ore, 48 iron, over a stack of gold, and some lapis. This is probably by far the best mining trip I have had in a minute. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this back up to my base. We're going to mine it with our fortune pick that we have here. And I'll be right back when I have all this completely mined up to see what we officially got from our mining trip. Alright, so I mined up all the ore with my Fortune 3 pickaxe, and boy oh boy, I got a lot. I got over 3 stacks of just blocks of redstone, over 2 stacks of lapis lazuli, over 3 stacks of diamonds, over 2 stacks of raw gold, and over a stack of raw iron. So with all the raw stuff in our hand, let's go put that in our furnace right here to start smelting that up. Alright, so bam and bam. Alright, let's put our stuff away up here. So 1, 2, 3. Let's get our diamonds and lapis away. So diamonds go here, and lapis goes here. And that completes our mining trip for today's episode. This will be the last mining trip that I'll do for the season on camera. All other mining trips that I'll do will be done off camera for the rest of the season. Now with that out of the way, let's go back to our to-do list and take a look at the last thing for today's episode on Coolcraft Season 8. We built a villager trading hall and upgraded our iron gear. We went back strip mining for diamonds. And the last thing I want to do is to build a honey farm. So I want to build this honey farm for a couple of reasons. One, to help me get some materials for some of my other later projects, and to also build the first ever shop in the server. So getting all the materials for this honey farm was, let's just say, quite an adventure. I'm still currently collecting the materials that I need for this honey farm. So right here, I only have dispensers, and I need to get a bunch more materials, such as all the redstone components, which is why I went strip mining earlier. And also, just started a little beehive area here, just so I can start breeding bees to work on this honey farm project. As mentioned earlier in the episode, I have a bunch of glass bottles, over 40,000 to be exact, for this project. So back in the end dimension, JRD Cool actually built an end duping machine for falling objects. So I can use sand to dupe a bunch of it and smelt it into glass. This literally took me over 30 hours. First update of me getting stuff for the honey farm. Currently right now using a leash to carry a chest, and I also have another chest boat here. This is going to take a while. Hopefully not too long, at least. On top of carrying over 600 stacks of sand, I had to smelt it in these furnaces here, like shown in the beginning of the episode. And these took so long. I was able to get about 50 stacks of glass, I would say every 5 hours about, and that is just so slow. I had to build a second set, and that was still not that quick. Because of how much smelting I needed to do for the sand, I actually built an entire kelp farm over here just so I have enough burning fuel to smelt all the sand. I also had to mine a bunch of oak trees. When I mean a bunch, I mean so much to the point where I need over 4 stacks of chests alone just to do this project. Now I'm getting a bunch of wood and just got myself a kelp farm started, just so I can build this honey farm, because I'm going to have to smelt so much sand just to get the amount of glass bottles required for this honey farm. Yeah, it's going to take a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rest of the materials off camera, and hopefully this doesn't take, 2 days for me to grab all the materials, because that would kind of be annoying. It's not like in Lightmatica right now, I need a bunch of other materials I need to grab, which is actually not bad. Oh god, that's a lot of hoppers. Well, hopefully this doesn't take 2 days. Hopefully it just only takes me a day, right? Okay, so it actually only took a day, not 2 days, as I said earlier. But as you see, we now have all the materials, including all the redstone, the hoppers, and we also have here some polished deep slate, wool, and beehives. So I'm going to be building my honey farm right over here in this area. This will give me very easy access to access it throughout the rest of the season. And now, without further ado, let's go build the honey farm. Alrighty, so as you see, the honey farm is now complete. So this farm took me about 3.5 hours to build with all the digging that I had to do. It is fully set up and ready to run. And also, remember when I said that the materials would take me about 2 days to grab and it actually took me a day? Well, I lied to you all. It actually took 2 days. The issue was that I accidentally miscalculated how many glass bottles I needed, and I was actually short by 160 stacks of glass bottles. So I had to AFK for another 9 hours just to get the amount of glass bottles I needed. So now the entire honey farm is now complete. Let's grab our bees nests that we've gotten earlier. So these are the 6 bees nests that we took and are now fully filled with bees and such. Let's place one bee's nest in here. Let's place the next bee's nest in here. And let's place the last 4 down here. So 1, 2. And the last 2 right here. So for people who are wondering how this farm works off of comparators. So what this comparator here does is that it detects how much honey is in here. And once the honey is fully stacked, it will run an entire redstone line completely activated from down here all the way to here, which will activate these 2 repeaters here to dispense a glass bottle in here to collect honey and put it down into this hopper here. Then that whole hopper gets carried all the way over here, and then it enters a crafter right here. So as you see, I have selected to have only 4 slots enabled, because all you need for a block of honey to craft is just 4 bottles of honey. After the honey crafts, the bottles also come with it as well, so it falls down these hoppers into a sorting system. If it detects honey blocks, it will go into here, and if it detects glass bottles, it will go into here, and it will refill the system continuously with this system here, which when detected, if there's a glass bottle in here detected, it will rise up right through the bubble column and follow along this little pathway here that I designed, so that way the bottle system can be refilled as quickly as it can. So off camera, I will breed a bunch of bees in here and get this entire farm fully filled out before the next episode begins. And that, everyone, wraps up the 3rd episode on Coolcraft Season 8. So thank you all so much for watching the 3rd episode on Coolcraft Season 8. I hope you enjoyed. The next episode, we are going to build a honey shop to sell some of this honey that I produce. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next episode on Coolcraft Season 8. Bye!